This is All India Radio. Children's Hour.
Good morning, dear listeners. Welcome to Children's Hour. I'm your host Anisha, and today we're diving into one of the most beloved festivals celebrated in India, Makar Sankranti. So, dear friends, make sure you sit back and relax, and let's explore the joy and traditions of this wonderful celebration together. This festival brings together tradition in such a colorful and diverse way, celebrated across every corner of our country. But what makes Makar Sankranti so special? Well, to help us uncover its deeper significance, traditions, and the cultural richness behind it, we have two fantastic guests with us today. Our first guest is Miss Vandana Srivastava, a wonderful and bright teacher teaching mass media to grade 11 and 12 students and English to grade 9 and 10 at Whitefield Global School, Bengalore. Good morning, ma'am. It's a real pleasure to have you with us today.
Good morning, Anisha. Thank you for the kind welcome. I'm so happy to be here today. Makar Sankranti holds a special place in my heart, and I am excited to share some of its deeper meanings with you listeners.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We're thrilled to have you with us today. And now we have another very special guest, Rajanya Senugupta, a storyteller with an incredible talent for weaving folklore and tradition into the most enchanting tales. Rajanya's passion for storytelling is absolutely infectious, and we can't wait to hear her perspective on Makar Sankranti. Welcome, Rajanya. We're all ears and excited to hear what makes this festival so captivating, especially from a storyteller's view.
Thank you, Anisha. I'm super excited to be here. Makar Sankranti is filled with amazing stories, tales of sun gods, battles in the sky, and joyous celebration of the harvest. I can't wait to take everyone on a journey through these ancient stories and share how they connect to the festivals we celebrate today.
That sounds amazing, Rajanya. There's so much history and tradition wrapped into this festival. I'm sure our listeners are just as eager as I am to dive into it. Sankranti has always held a special place in my heart, and it's not just a festival but a bundle of cherished memories that make me smile even today. Vandana ma'am, Rajanya, do you have any special memories tied to this festival?
Yes, Anisha, I have a lot of memories associated with this festival. But there is one I cherish the most, and that is long time back when I was teaching in Gujarat, in Ahmedabad. There was a school, and I remember completely how vibrantly they celebrated the festival, in which one of my friends taught me how to fly the kite, and within seconds I learned it. I was so thrilled to learn this skill of kite flying that I cannot tell you. And when I enjoyed flying the kite, I understood what is in it that people all over the world enjoy doing it.
That is such a sweet memory, ma'am. I too had tons of fun growing up on these days. Makar Sankranti was a festival celebrated throughout our neighborhood. In our apartment especially, kite flying was one such celebration. We used to all prepare kites to fly and cut off the other ones and have competitions with other apartments. Just imagine the fun in that. The sun, of course, represents prosperity and the hope that warmer, brighter days are on their way. And let's not forget the health benefits. Makar Sankranti marks the end of winter. And what better way to celebrate than by getting outside, flying kites, and soaking up all that sunlight?
Those are wonderful experiences, Vandana ma'am and Rajanya. Oh, how I'd wish I'd been there with you guys for all these wonderful experiences. It would have tripled the fun. Vandana ma'am, I've had a question in my mind about this festival for a while. Can I share it with you?
Of course, Anisha.
Great. So my question is, what does Makar Sankranti really signify, and why is it such an important festival?
See, girls, Makar Sankranti is actually based on a celestial event, the transition of Sun into the zodiac sign Capricorn or Makar Rashi. This day marks the Sun's northward journey, also known as Uttarayan. But this isn't just any astrological shift. It marks the beginning of longer days and shorter nights, symbolizing a shift toward light and warmth after the colder winter months. This change has a direct impact on farming, which is why Makar Sankranti is celebrated as a harvest festival.
ಏನರಳಿದ ಗಿಡಮರ ಬಳ್ಳಿಗಳದ ಹಿಕ್ಕಿ
That's so interesting, ma'am. So it's not just a practical celebration for the farmers, but also an astronomical event. Amazing! That's some good piece of information for a zodiac lover like me. But I'm sure there's more to Makar Sankranti than just its agricultural roots, right? There's also a deep emotional and spiritual connection tied to this festival, right, Rajanya?
Oh, absolutely, Anisha. While Makar Sankranti is certainly rooted in the cycles of nature, it carries a much deeper spiritual meaning.
Yes, exactly, Rajanya. It's as much about inner renewal as it is about the changing seasons. People use this opportunity to visit holy rivers like Ganga or Yamuna, where bathing is believed to cleanse both body and soul. It's a ritual of purification, aligning oneself with the divine and make a fresh start, not just physically, but spirituality as well.
Wow, I love how you both explained that.
In fact, Makar Sankranti, as we've talked about, is deeply rooted in the cycle of nature. It's a celebration of sun's journey, the promise of warmer, brighter days, and the harvest that sustains us. But you know what I love the most? It's how its ancient festival has been woven into cultural fabric of every corner of India, whether through rituals, food, or fun community activities. Makar Sankranti unites us in spirit, even though it's celebrated in so many different ways. There's something so heartwarming about how people come together, leaving their worries behind to share joy, renewal, and gratitude.
This is such an interesting thing to know about, ma'am. And speaking of that, ma'am, could you take us on a little tour of how Makar Sankranti is celebrated in different parts of India? I'm sure each region has its own unique way of making this day special, right?
Oh, I'd love to, Anisha. It's so fascinating how the same festival takes on so much distinct flavors across India. Let's start in the south, shall we?
By all means, ma'am.
So it's about Tamil Nadu, where Pongal is celebrated with great joy. The air is filled with the smell of freshly cooked dishes, and the whole community comes together to thank Mother Earth for the good harvest. Now let's head up north to Punjab, where celebration is called Lohri. Picture a huge bonfire in the middle of the night, people dancing with energetic bhangra around it, singing folk songs. The warmth of the fire symbolizes burning away of the old, making way for a new beginning, all while thanking the sun god. Next, we move west to Gujarat, where the skies are alive with vibrant kites during Uttarayan. It's famous for the vibrant kite flying festivals that fill the sky with colors. The skies become a beautiful canvas with people flying kites high up in celebration, welcoming the sun's shift. Families and friends gather on the rooftop, making it one of the most joyful celebrations of the year.
Oh my god, ma'am. Listening to you now, I'm excited to visit Gujarat during the next Uttarayan and enjoy the colorful and vibrancy of people and food. I love food, especially the tilpatti. I would love to try it as a foodie.
Traveling east, we reach Assam, where they celebrate Magh Bihu with traditional games and people coming together to enjoy delicious food, dance, and create memories. And finally, let's head south again to Karnataka, where it's called Suggi Habba. Communities, particularly the Halaki Gaudas and the Kshatriya Komapans, to come together in celebration, sharing their gratitude for the bountiful harvest, where seasonal crops like paddy, sugarcane, bajra, brinjal, rich gourd, and more are harvested. In Karnataka, it mainly marks the harvest of rice and sugarcane.
And to mark this festival today, students of Whitefield Global School will present an original composition on this occasion. The song is written by Mrs. Pramila N. from Whitefield Global School, teaching Kannada, and the music is composed by Nitin Joseph.
ಸೊಬಗು ತಂದಿತು ರೈತಗೆ ನಗುವು ಬಂದಿತು ಸುಗ್ಗಿಯ ಸೊಬಗು ತಂದಿತು ರೈತಗೆ ನಗುವು ವರ್ಷದ ಬದುಕು ಬವಣೆ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಸುಗ್ಗಿಯ ಚಿಲುಮೆ ವರ್ಷದ ಬದುಕು ಬವಣೆ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಚಿಲುಮೆ ಬಂದಿತು ಸುಗ್ಗಿಯ ಸೊಬಗು ತಂದಿತು ರೈತಗೆ ನಗುವು ವಿವಿಧತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏಕತೆ ಭಾರತ ಸುಗ್ಗಿಗೆ ಆದ್ಯತೆ ವಿವಿಧತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏಕತೆ ಭಾರತ ಸುಗ್ಗಿಗೆ ಆದ್ಯತೆ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ರೈತನೇ ಬೆನ್ನೆಲುಬು ಇದೇ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಗೆ ಮಹಾತಿರುವು ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ರೈತನೇ ಬೆನ್ನೆಲುಬು ಇದೇ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಗೆ ಮಹಾತಿರುವು ಬಂದಿತು ಸುಗ್ಗಿಯ ಸೊಬಗು ತಂದಿತು ರೈತಗೆ ನಗುವು ಹಳ್ಳಿಗಳ ಹಬ್ಬ ಹಿರಿಯ ಕಿರಿಯರ ಹಬ್ಬ ಧರ್ಮದ ಹಬ್ಬ ಭೋಗಿಯ ಹಬ್ಬ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿ ಹರಡುವ ಹಬ್ಬ ಧರ್ಮದ ಹಬ್ಬ ಭೋಗಿಯ ಹಬ್ಬ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿ ಹರಡುವ ಹಬ್ಬ ಪಟ ಹಾರಿಸುವ ಹಬ್ಬ ಕಿಚ್ಚನು ಹಾಯಿಸುವ ಹಬ್ಬ ಪಟ ಹಾರಿಸುವ ಹಬ್ಬ ಕಿಚ್ಚನು ಹಾಯಿಸುವ ಹಬ್ಬ ರಂಗೋಲಿ ಬಿಡಿಸಿ ಭೂಮಿಗೆ ಪೂಜಿಸಿ ಜಾನುವಾರುಗಳ ಹಬ್ಬ ರಂಗೋಲಿ ಬಿಡಿಸಿ ಭೂಮಿಗೆ ಪೂಜಿಸಿ ಜಾನುವಾರುಗಳ ಹಬ್ಬ ಬಂದಿತು ಸುಗ್ಗಿಯ ಸೊಬಗು ತಂದಿತು ರೈತಗೆ ನಗುವು ಆಂಧ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಕರ ತಮಿಳಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಪೊಂಗಲ್ ಆಂಧ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಕರ ತಮಿಳಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಪೊಂಗಲ್ ಲೋರಿ ಪಂಜಾಬ್ ಬಿಹು ಆಸಾಂ ಛತ್ತೀಸ್ಗಢ ಸುಗ್ರಾತ್ ಬಿಹಾರ್ನ ಖಿಚಡಿ ಗುಜರಾತ್ನ ಉತ್ತರಾಯಣ ಗುಜರಾತ್ನ ಉತ್ತರಾಯಣ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಸಂಕ್ರಾಂತಿ ಎಳ್ಳು ಬೆಲ್ಲದ ಸಂಕೇತ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಸಂಕ್ರಾಂತಿ ಎಳ್ಳು ಬೆಲ್ಲದ ಸಂಕೇತ ಎಳ್ಳು ಬೆಲ್ಲದ ಸಂಕೇತ ಎಳ್ಳು ಬೆಲ್ಲದ ಸಂಕೇತ ಬಂದಿತು ಸುಗ್ಗಿಯ ಸೊಬಗು ತಂದಿತು ರೈತಗೆ ನಗುವು ಬಂದಿತು ಸುಗ್ಗಿಯ ಸೊಬಗು ತಂದಿತು ರೈತಗೆ ನಗುವು ವರ್ಷದ ಬದುಕು ಬವಣೆ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಸುಗ್ಗಿಯ ಚಿಲುಮೆ ವರ್ಷದ ಬದುಕು ಬವಣೆ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಸುಗ್ಗಿಯ ಚಿಲುಮೆ ಬಂದಿತು ಸುಗ್ಗಿಯ ಸೊಬಗು
Now that was a wonderful performance. I've always wondered though, why does Makar Sankranti go by so many names and take on such unique forms in different parts of the country?
That is a great question, Anisha. The diversity in how Makar Sankranti is celebrated comes down to one simple thing: India's incredible geographical and cultural variety. Each region has its own agricultural practices and climate cycles, so the harvest season differs slightly from place to place.
Makar Sankranti isn't about culture and traditions. It's also deeply connected to the natural cycles of the earth and sun. It falls right after the winter solstice, which means the shortest day of the year is behind us. The sun now starts its northward journey, known as Uttarayan, and that marks the beginning of the longer days and shorter nights. That's why this time is considered so auspicious. It's like the universe is giving us a fresh start.
That's incredible! And what about all the delicious foods we're seeing during Sankranti celebrations? I'm supposed to ask that as a foodie, right?
Absolutely, Anisha. The foods we eat during Sankranti aren't just tasty, they are also incredibly functional, especially for this time of the year. Take til, that's the sesame seeds, and gur, jaggery, for example. During the colder months, our bodies need extra warmth and energy, and these foods provide exactly that. Sesame seeds are rich in essential nutrients like healthy fats and calcium, which keep us strong and warm. And jaggery, it's a natural sweetener that helps generate heat in the body, making it perfect for winter.
Exactly, Vandana ma'am. And there's a deeper symbolic meaning behind these foods as well. In Maharashtra, for instance, one of the sweetest tradition is exchanging Tilgul laddus during Sankranti. It's a beautiful reminder to let go of any past bitterness and embrace kindness and harmony in our relationships. It's like the food itself becomes a symbol of spreading warmth and positivity.
That's such a lovely thought, Rajanya. The food isn't just about taste, it becomes a way to share goodwill and joy. How amazing is that? Alright, now let's talk about one of the most fun and colorful traditions of Makar Sankranti: kite flying. Rajanya, this is such an iconic part of the festival, and I know many of our listeners love it.
Kite flying during Makar Sankranti is so much more than just a fun outdoor activity. It's deeply rooted in tradition and history, especially in states like Gujarat and Rajasthan. It's believed that people send their prayers and wishes up to the heavens through these kites, which symbolize good fortune soaring towards the sun.
That's such a fantastic point, Rajanya. Makar Sankranti really ties together tradition, spirituality, and health in the most beautiful way. And speaking of kite flying, we can't forget the international festival in Ahmedabad. It's truly a sight to behold.
Wow, that sounds absolutely amazing. I bet a lot of our friends are already daydreaming about the flying kites right now.
One of the most heartwarming stories tied to Makar Sankranti is the tale of Surya, the sun god, and his son Shani, the planet Saturn. Now, their relationship wasn't always smooth. There was a lot of tension between them, and they were estranged for a long time due to a family rift. You see, there was a time when Shani did not approve of how his father Surya was treating the world. Surya, on the other hand, had his own ego issues and looked down on his son's ways. The distance between them grew so deep that they couldn't even stand to be in each other's presence. Now, what makes Makar Sankranti so special is that it marks the day when Surya and Shani finally reconciled. Legend says that when the sun begins its movement into Capricorn on Makar Sankranti, Surya, after a long period of distance, decides to visit his son Shani. The warmth of Surya's rays reaches Shani, and it's said that on this day Shani finally softened, and two gods embraced, letting go of the hatred and misunderstandings. It's such a powerful story because it teaches us the value of forgiveness and the importance of mending our relationships.
What an enlightening discussion! Thank you, Vandana ma'am and Miss Rajanya, for sharing such rich insights and stories about Makar Sankranti.
The children of Whitefield Global School who participated in the song were Nitin, Shreya, Ishan, Purnav, Aditi, Vedant, Ullash, Rushil, and Dishan.
And to all our dear friends, may this Sankranti bring warmth, happiness, and prosperity to your lives.
With that, we conclude today's Children's Hour. Till we meet again, bye bye.